the fight that people want to see is David Benavidez. Why doesn't he want to fight David Benavidez? Because he knows that he's going to give him problems. That would be a 50-50 fight. It would be a really hard fight for us also, and it would be a hard fight for him. So why would he fight David?
Well, I do have bad news for you, Jose, which is Canelo Alvarez did mention and say that I'm no longer going to fight Mexicans. He said, I'm not going to fight Mexicans anymore.
That sounds kind of familiar,
yeah,
like what Charlo said.
Yeah, but why all of a sudden Canelo is no longer fighting Mexicans?
Well, the only Mexicans he's talking about is David Benavidez. You know, I mean, what else? I think that's the guy that he's trying to avoid. Like I said, I've been studying Canelo and Caleb Plant for almost 2-3 years because I thought we fight one of these guys, and I think there's no secret to Canelo. For some reason, when somebody has a good jab, there's nothing he could do with that jab, and we've been working on that jab. Changes those speeds, the levels, aiming to the chest, get him off balance so we could throw something. And what people do with Canelo, they just want to headhunt. So I mean, that's why there's a reason he doesn't want to fight any Mexicans. Because he knows that. I mean, that would with David would be a really tough fight. So, I mean, what other Mexicans is he talking about? Why?
Yeah, but isn't it hypocritical though? Because Canelo did fight Mexicans before. I mean, Chavez Jr., I believe he Mexican. Jose, I think he was a 140 pounder. He moved up 2 weight divisions. He fought him. He was Mexican. I mean, I don't know if Angulo was Mexican, but he fought a lot of Mexicans in his career.
Yeah.
So
But at the end of the day,
yeah,
who cares? What nationality are you? I mean, you just got to fight whoever deserves and whoever worked really hard to get right there. You got to fight the best. And here, it doesn't matter what nationality are they in order to make history, and give the fans what they want to see. To me, we'll fight anybody. We don't care. I mean, if they're ready and if the people want to see it, and if it's going to be an exciting fight, why not?
there is a tradition of Mexican wars between legendary fighters, the likes of Barrera Morales, Marquez, so on and so forth. And we thought we was gonna have our version, between Benavidez, Canelo. We saw a great fight last week, Oscar and Perchelt. So is Canelo gonna put a stop to that tradition because of having a dangerous Hispanic fighter in his division like David Benavidez?
There's no secret, man. Canelo comes forward. He knows how to box a little bit, but David too. He's gonna come forward. It's gonna be fireworks, man. So why? That's why they don't want to take the fight, because they know it's gonna be a something close to that. To Berchett and Oscar Valdez. It's gonna be an exciting fight, and nobody's gonna be a loser here. They're all the fans are the ones that are gonna be winning at the end of the night.
Obviously, in the sport of boxing, there's a lot of different organizations, but what are your thoughts on Canelo being able to order the organization to make a fight? What's your thoughts on that?
Like I said, man, Canelo could do whatever he wants. He's at a place right now that he could do whatever he wants. He has a lot of power. He could do whatever he wants in life, and come up with another belt or do whatever. I mean, he's making a lot of money. At the end of the day, sometimes money talks.
Well, speaking of that, David Benavidez did state on his own Instagram, he said Canelo doesn't give his opponents a fair share by sending them a fight 4 weeks before the fight. He feels like that's not fair. You at least need 8 weeks to prepare for a fight. What's your thoughts on that?
At the end of the day, we learn a lot from what Canelo is doing, and we just got to stay ready. And that's something that has been working for him. Anybody would take a fight with Canelo. I mean, it doesn't matter. They're going to claim that they were training for 10, 12 weeks or whatever, and they'll take that fight because they know that they're going to make a lot of money. In our case, we just have to be ready for those opportunities, man. He's not going to catch us with 2-3 weeks of training or whatever, 4 weeks. We're staying busy, and we're going to maintain from now on. And I know that big opportunities. David knows that a lot of opportunities are going to come. Like I said, somebody's going to get injured or something happens, then we jump in. And that's what happens in boxing sometimes, I mean, there's opportunities every day.
Right. Well, the best way to catch Canelo or get him in the ring, you're going to have to corner him somewhere. But it's kind of hard to corner him knowing that he could activate the franchise. Even if you become his mandatory, he still could become franchise. And obviously, he could activate the franchise anytime he wants. You see, he didn't activate it with Avni. The purpose of the designation is to avoid unnecessary mandatories, but he didn't avoid the unnecessary mandatory with Avni. So how you planning to kind of corner Canelo in?
If Canelo fights, that would be great. If he doesn't fight, we don't care. At the end of the day, David's only 24 years old. The real king will be David at 168. So, I mean, he can leave the 168 or retire or go back to 160. But, you can only do so much. I mean, if he keeps doing all these things, the people are going to know, and they're going to demand that fight, and he's going to have to fight. Either he goes to another division or he fights David. So we're just catching him. We're getting to him little by little. We got to prove ourselves, and there's going to be a time where he's going to have to fight. He can't hide, but he can run, but he can't hide. So we're being patient. So like I said, if it happens, it happens. He's going to have to back that belt. He's going to have to leave it or go to another division. And, I don't think it's going to look good for him to be in the history.
Now, how frustrating is it to be in your position, witnessing, like, for example, Canelo, he avoided his mandatory Jamal Charlo. Jamal Charlo won the WBC belt without fighting Canelo. Canelo basically surrendered the belt. And now, in 168, he repeated the same thing with your own son. And then we think we have a mega fight on our hand between Charlo and David Benavidez. And all of a sudden, the vaccination come into play and all these other things. How frustrating is it to push for the best fights and still get nowhere?
Do I look frustrated? I'm happy, man, because, we work so hard and we've done a lot of things, to David. Well, not me. David, has done some mistakes that was a blessing in disguise because he's very mature now. He's very disciplined. He's very dedicated. It's not frustrating for me. At the end of the day, I'm happy. I'm super happy because he's the 168 boxer most avoided for all these other fighters. That gives me a great feeling, man, that people don't want to fight David, So, I mean, we're doing a good thing. And for me, that's priceless, that even the best fighter does not want to fight David. Tell me why. I just want to know why. Because, he feels that David's not going to be an easy fight. So that makes me feel really good, actually.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You should be proud because David Benavidez, he put boxing on notice, calling out everyone.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So I'm not frustrated. I'm happy because, man, I can't believe it. I'm like, whoa, all this hard work paid off, I mean, to be honest with you, that's more rewarding than any money. So we're here. And, we're going to keep working hard, staying focused, and hopefully new opportunities, new other fighters. Berlanga's coming up. He's making his way up, too. So I think that will be a very interesting fight. And what I'm seeing right now, everything's building up. So what I see, David's going to be in the top if he stays focused and disciplined like how he is. And good things are going to come. He's only 24 years old, man. Two-time world champion. I mean, we just got to stay patient, stay relaxed, and just stay focused and working hard.
Hold it. You're not that pretty. I'm a bad man. Wait. I still got the world. I still got the world.
I bear witness, there's only one God, Allah, and Muhammad is his final messenger. That's what I said, Larry, on the Bungle fight. Thanking you.
They call me the problem, but you could call me the can man, because anybody can get it. Africans, Americans, Dominicans, Mexicans, anybody can get it.